Most cat owners pick their feline companion based on a simple gut feeling, maybe drawn to the goofy energy of an orange tabby or the quiet cuddle of a black cat. But science shows that misunderstanding the link between coat color and behavior could mean 15 years of misread signals and missed connections. The fur you fell in love with actually hides deep genetic secrets that dictate exactly how your cat expresses love, reacts to stress, and communicates with you. We are going to debunk the old stereotypes and reveal the real science shaping your furry best friend, so you can finally understand what they have been trying to tell you all along. Number 1. The ginger cat's hidden empathy. If you have ever shared your home with an orange tabby, you have probably heard the jokes. People love to say these ginger kitties share a single brain cell, acting like rambunctious teenagers well into adulthood. But let us look past the goofy internet memes for a moment, because the truth about orange cats is actually profoundly beautiful. So many of you have shared heartwarming stories of losing a spouse or facing a difficult illness, only to find your ginger cat suddenly refusing to leave your side. It turns out these fiery-coated companions are deeply empathetic. They instinctively know when your heart is aching. Instead of just being silly, they offer constant comforting contact, often laying directly on the exact body part that is hurting. They will follow you from room to room, anchoring you with their gentle weight the second you lie down. That clingy behavior isn't just a quirk, it is their way of healing you. But while the ginger cat brings the sunshine, what happens when you cross paths with a creature born from the very shadows of the night? Number 2. The black cat's fierce loyalty. Let us step into the shadows and talk about the majestic house panther. For centuries, black cats have carried an unfair stigma wrapped up in silly superstitions and Halloween folklore. Tragically, because of these old wives' tales, they are often the last to be adopted and the first to be overlooked at shelters. But as so many of you seasoned pet parents know, these beautiful voids are truly the sweetest babies in the world. Instead of bringing bad luck, they bring fierce, unconditional loyalty. A black cat is the type of companion that will actively patrol your house at night, staring out into the dark yard just to make sure the perimeter is safe before settling down right on top of your chest to purr. They are incredibly devoted, forming deep bonds that rival any watchdog. When a black cat chooses you, they become your silent guardian and your most affectionate shadow. Yet as loyal as these dark-furred protectors are, there is another feline personality that demands respect in a completely different, much more colorful way. A vibrant creature that requires you to earn every single ounce of their affection. Number 3. The calico and tortie's selective devotion. If you have been around cats long enough, you have undoubtedly heard whispers about tortitude. Many folks assume that these beautiful multicolored calicos and tortoiseshells are naturally unpredictable, moody, or even a little bit bossy. But let us loop back to what is really going on beneath that patchy fur. That feisty, headstrong nature is not hostility. It is actually a profound display of selective loyalty. A calico does not just hand out her affection to any stranger who happens to walk through your front door. You have to earn her trust. Once you do, you become her exclusive universe. So many of you have shared that your tortie might glare menacingly at guests, but will happily curl up on your lap for hours, offering the sweetest, most gentle purrs. They love fiercely but strictly on their own terms. They teach us about personal boundaries and the immense reward of a hard-earned bond. But what if you are not looking to earn affection? What if your soul is feeling incredibly heavy and you desperately need a companion whose very presence feels like a soft, silvery cloud wrapping around your darkest moments? Number 4. The gray cat's quiet comfort. If you are navigating the heavy waters of grief, or simply having a day where getting out of bed feels impossible, the gray or blue cat is the gentle soul you need. While other felines might demand your attention with loud meows or chaotic zoomies, these stunning silvery companions operate on a completely different frequency. Countless viewers have poured their hearts out in the comments, sharing how their gray cats became quiet, comforting shadows after the loss of a spouse. They possess an incredible, almost supernatural sensitivity to human emotion. Instead of forcing you to play, they will simply sit right beside your chair for hours on end, reading your sad body language and offering their calm presence without any demands at all. They are mellow, deeply loving, and know exactly when you just need a silent friend to lean on. But what if your household needs a little more excitement? What happens when a sophisticated gentleman in formal wear decides to throw all the rules out the window and embrace pure unadulterated chaos? Number 5. The tuxedo's chaotic brilliance. Welcome to the most unpredictable package the cat distribution system has to offer, the tuxedo cat. Dressed to the nines in their little formal suits, you might expect them to be the epitome of polite high society manners. But as so many of you have hilariously pointed out, these bi-colored beauties are the ultimate mixed bag. One minute they are the warmest, most affectionate snugglebugs, pressing their noses against yours and acting like your little shadow. The next minute they are tearing through the hallway like a furry tornado, knocking over your favorite potted plant just to see what happens. Tuxedos beautifully balance extreme, almost human-like intelligence with wild, impulsive energy. They will learn tricks faster than a dog, only to use that brainpower to figure out how to open the treat cabinet while you are asleep. They are fiercely loyal, but proudly march to the beat of their own drum. It is a loving, chaotic ride. But speaking of surprises, what if a cat's behavior isn't about their personality at all, but rather a hidden physical trait that makes them experience the world completely differently? Number 6. The white cat's misunderstood startle. Have you ever noticed a pristine white cat that seems unusually jumpy or aloof? Many folks mistake this timid behavior for them being unfriendly or antisocial. But let us loop back to the actual science, because this is where genetics completely rewrite the story. It turns out that nervous energy isn't a personality flaw at all. It is heavily tied to their DNA, especially in white cats with striking blue eyes who are highly prone to congenital deafness. When a cat cannot hear you approaching, they rely entirely on vibrations and sight, making them easily startled by sudden movements. They are not rejecting your love, they are just hyper-vigilant, trying to navigate a silent world. Once you understand this, their skittishness makes perfect sense, and you can learn to approach them with the gentle, visual cues they need to feel secure. But what happens when you encounter a feline whose primary way of interacting with the world isn't through silence, but rather through a loud, ongoing conversation that demands your immediate response? Number 7. The pointed cat's vocal bond. Let us talk about the Siamese or pointed cats, known for their striking masked faces and piercing blue eyes. If you have ever been owned by one of these elegant beauties, you know they are never shy about expressing their opinions. People often label them as needy or loud, assuming they are just demanding attention for the sake of being difficult. But let us loop back to the idea of how felines connect with us. That constant chatter is not them being annoying. It is actually a highly advanced form of communication. These cats are incredibly intelligent and crave deep, meaningful social bonds with their chosen humans. When they follow you around the house, offering a symphony of meows and yowls, they are actively trying to converse with you, treating you as an equal partner rather than just a food dispenser. They thrive on interaction and can even become depressed if left completely alone, proving their neediness is simply pure, unfiltered love. But what if we step away from specific colors entirely and look at a creature wearing a wild disguise, a tiny tiger sleeping on your sofa, harboring ancient secrets from the jungle? Number 8. The tabby cat's wild affection. So many of you flooded the comments asking, "What about my sweet tabby?" Well, we heard you loud and clear, and we added this section just for you. First, let us loop back to a common misconception. Tabby is actually not a breed or a color at all, but rather a spectacular coat pattern marked by that signature M on their foreheads. These striped beauties are a genetic throwback to their wild ancestors, meaning they possess an intense primal hunting drive. Yet despite those fierce leopard-like instincts, they are widely celebrated by seasoned owners as the most loving, intelligent, and deeply connected companions. Instead of viewing you as just a caregiver, a tabby considers you a vital member of their pride. They thrive on the emotional stability of your home, observing every noise and ensuring the safety of their family clan. It is a breathtaking balance of a wild predator voluntarily choosing to lay its head on your lap. But as we marvel at these tiny tigers, we have to ask ourselves, are we giving far too much credit to their coats when the real secret to their personality is hiding in plain sight, dictated by a different branch of biology rather than a simple paint job? Number 9. Gender over color. Let us loop back to our goofy ginger cats for a second. We talked about their clingy nature, but What if their fur color isn't the real reason they act that way? Many of you astute cat veterans brought up a brilliant point in the comments. It is not the paint job. It is the gender science, and statistics show us that a staggering 80% of orange cats are actually male. And here's the secret that longtime shelter volunteers know: male cats of any color tend to be the outwardly affectionate, clingy lap cats. Female cats, on the other hand, often play the role of the observant, independent queens of the castle, watching their domain from a safe distance. So that famous orange cat energy you love might just be classic boy cat behavior masquerading under a bright coat. We have been giving the color all the credit when biology is pulling the strings. But wait, if DNA and gender lay the foundation, what is the invisible force in your very own home that ultimately decides whether your cat becomes a cuddly best friend or a terrified ghost? Number 10. Environment and nurture over nature. Let us loop back to that nervous white cat or the allegedly grumpy tortie. What if the biggest factor shaping their personality is actually you and the safe home you provide? So many wise viewers pointed out that love and patience matter far more than the color of a feline coat. Science backs this up perfectly. When a cat feels overwhelmed, their instinct is to hide to manage stress. In fact, researchers at Utrecht University discovered that simply giving a shelter cat a cardboard box to hide in drastically lowered their stress levels and helped them adapt much faster. A simple box provides warmth, as the ideal temperature for a cat is around 86 to 97 degrees Fahrenheit, and it acts as a safe sanctuary. When you give a feline respect space and a cozy retreat, that terrified little ghost transforms into a confident, affectionate best friend. It is the environment, not the fur, that truly makes the cat. But if we are providing the perfect home, who is actually holding the pen when the adoption contract is signed? Are we the masters of our domain, or have we been delightfully recruited by a cosmic matchmaking service? Number 11. The Universal Cat Distribution System. Let us loop all the way back to the very beginning of our journey. Remember when I said we do not actually choose our cats? It is a running internet joke, but veteran pet parents know there is profound truth to the Universal Cat Distribution System. You do not just walk into a shelter and pick out a trendy paint job. Instead, a furry little soul locks eyes with you, headbutts your hand, and decisively claims you as their own. Countless heartwarming stories in the comments echoed this beautiful mutual bond. A feral stray miraculously shows up on your porch, or a terrified rescue suddenly offers you a gentle, slow blink, which experts lovingly call a kitty kiss because it signifies ultimate trust and contentment. When they approach you with a tail curved at the top like a question mark, they are offering an amicable invitation to interact and play. That priceless affection is never guaranteed by whether their fur is bright orange, midnight black, or patchy calico. It is earned through boundless patience and deep love. When a cat selects you, it is a spiritual match, not a color-coordinated accessory. So if the color of the canvas does not dictate the masterpiece, what final brushstrokes are left for us to paint together right now? Number 12. Tell us your cat's story. Let us loop back to that beautiful masterpiece we are painting together. Now that we know a paint job does not define the soul underneath, I want to hear about the furry artwork sitting in your lap right now. The Universal Cat Distribution System works in mysterious ways, and every single one of you has a unique tale to tell. So grab your keyboard and drop a comment below. What is your beloved pet's name, and what color coat are they rocking? More importantly, did they choose you, or did you think you chose them? I also want to know what strange, quirky, or downright mysterious behavior your feline friend does that leaves you scratching your head. Whether they are yowling at the wall, aggressively making biscuits on your favorite blanket, or insisting on drinking from the sink, tell me all about it. I read every single comment, and your question might just be the focus of our next deep dive. But before you head down to the comments, have you ever noticed your cat staring blankly at an empty corner of the room, tracking a shadow you cannot even see? Let us loop back to where we started today. It is not the color of their coat that truly matters, but the size of their heart and the deep, unwavering bond you share. To wrap up our journey, I want to take a moment to truly honor the magnificent felines who have chosen to grace our lives. Please head down to the comments and tell me your adorable cat's name so our entire community can celebrate them together. Every single one of them is an absolute masterpiece. Also, do you have any lingering questions about the science and behaviors we uncovered in this video? Is there a feline mystery you still need me to decode or something you want me to clarify? Just ask away in the comments. Thank you so much for spending your precious time with me and watching until the very end. Your dedication to understanding your furry best friend is truly beautiful. Give your kitty a gentle, loving chin scratch for me, and I will see you in our next adventure.